Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to do some packing, and I want to talk to you about the actual job of reselling itself. As you know, I'm a former teacher of 13 years who quit their job to resell full-time. Now, people think this job is easy. They watch me thrift, they see how much money you make and all that sort of stuff. It's not easy. It takes a ton of time. In fact, I probably spend 60, 70 hours a week, including social media, probably 80 hours a week doing this job, but I love it. And I have the flexibility of leaving, stopping, putting down whatever I'm doing at any time, and taking vacations whenever I want. Especially with my eBay store, who's always on and always selling. It's a 24/7 business, right? So I could be gone for a week out of the country and it's selling stuff. But let's talk about the business while I show you some sales. So all my videos are super informational. I'm transparent. I'm not going to sit here and just blabber. I want to show you what I'm selling. Go to my store, check me out. I'm legit. I've been watching people on YouTube for years. They'll talk about things, but you don't actually get to see what they sell. So let's talk about it. We'll talk about the first item before we get into the business of reselling. So I sold this Polo Ralph Lauren. I mean, it's a Polo by Nike, but by Nike. It has these stripes. This is a recent tag. It's called a screen print tag. It doesn't have the actual paper tag, but anyways, it sold for $20.99. As you know, I have buyer pay shipping for everything, and I also use auto posture, which you might see or hear me talk about. And if I do have those sales, I'll let you know more about auto posture, but I do talk about it in other channels. So let's talk about it. I spend probably 70 hours a week, 60 hours a week on the business, plus add another little bit on social media, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's a lot of work. You have to source your items. You have to get the knowledge to source those items, and they have to be the right items. And you have to list them. You have to organize them. You have to take orders. You have to answer questions, all that sort of stuff. Packing, travel, everything. But I love this job, and I'm not a negative person. You're not going to come into my channel and you're not going to see me moan and complain and all that sort of stuff. We're talking positivity in my channel. I'm a positive person with the kids. You have to leave it at the door. We're coming in positive. So these are some North Face. Stuff's going to start selling, guys. Start picking up. It's the middle of July. This hiking stuff, it sells year round, but especially once fall comes, I don't know why. It sells. Again, I've been doing it a long time. This stuff sells. So Ground Advantage, you guys see, I print out all my labels via thermal printer, which is the best investment I've ever made as far as money. I say that in every single video. Knowledge is the best investment, but as far as money, it's definitely the thermal printer. But those sold for just under 20 bucks. No big deal, not a ton of money, but I'm paying $5 average for all these things. So that stuff adds up. But as far as the business goes, you have to like and enjoy the thrifting. You have to like, if you don't enjoy learning new brands and thrifting, which is the most fun part about the job, I think everyone would agree, then it might not be for you. Then you have to take the pictures and list and all that stuff. And that's where I come in and help you and watch some of my videos on listing and all that sort of stuff. And I'm here to answer your questions. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But there have been so many people over the years. They saw me as a teacher. We had the summers off and vacations. So they saw me do this as a side hustle, and they wanted to get in on it. You know, anyone making money in the stock market or anywhere, they want to get in on it, right? So I would tell them, I'd say, this is what you do. This is what I taught them a little bit and whatnot. And, you know, I would say almost every single person couldn't handle it. They couldn't do the job because they would spend the money. They would sit on the money. They wouldn't price the item right. They wouldn't look at the sell-through rate. And they would be frustrated that they bought that item and it's sitting and they're losing money. So not losing money, but they're sitting on 200 bucks. Nothing's happening. Once that item sells, they're just happy to get that money back and they don't want to do it again. So you have to stick with it. You have to keep on investing in your business. So what I'm going to show you next that I sold, do not copy me. Do not copy me. Find stuff out there. This is not a brand I would normally pick up ever. It's this, what is it? Louis Raphael pants. The reason I sold them is because they were two right next to each other and I lotted them up. So often I'll lot things up together if they're like $15 items and they're not a Surf's Up method where I can't list them in like 2 minutes, take pictures and list them in 2 minutes. So these right here are sold as a lot. I only sold them for $32.99. I had $10 into both of them. So just a quick 10 bucks or 12, probably $14. And these are gonna go out priority flat rate envelope, which I'm gonna probably have to go snag some more of those in a second. But yeah, so 33 bucks for those pairs. So someone's getting 2 pair of pants for $33 plus shipping. Don't necessarily get that brand. I would not get that brand unless you're getting it for super cheap, like I did, 5 bucks a piece, plus they're brand new with tags. Otherwise, I pass up that brand on a daily basis. Not a good brand to look for. But I always tell people, you want to look for stuff that screams, like prints or embroideries or super crazy. These were super crazy. I was really hoping these would be Polo Ralph Lauren, because Polo Ralph Lauren crazy always sells really well for me. These are Brooks Brothers, which isn't bad. Obviously, I picked them up. So Brooks Brothers, they have these sailboats all over them, sailboat print all over them. They sold for $20. Normally, I would not pick up Brooks Brothers shorts. People always ask me, what do you pick up, what do you not? That's why I film these videos, so you guys can know what I pick up, what I don't. I do pick up Loudmouth. That's a whole nother brand. That's a golf brand. I was going to say a Loudmouth pair of shorts. So Brooks Brothers shorts, $20. They scream crazy. I still looked up comps on them because I normally don't pick up Brooks Brothers, right? So I still picked up comps on them, or looked up comps. Actually paid $4 for those. Sold them for 20. So these are the last sales over these are the sales over the last 20, probably 24 or so hours. We have 13 items we're packing up. So that was the 4th item. We're already on number 4. Number 5. This is, again, in this business, you have to keep up with trends. So I should make a whole video on trends. So here you go. Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson Tasmanian Devil. Actually, I call it Speedy Gonzales. Speedy Gonzales Harley Davidson t-shirt. Harley Davidson t-shirts, maybe in 2021, somewhere around there, and before, before the pandemic, these were really hot. People love these shirts, but now they just don't do as well. I still, if I can buy them, like I bought that for $2. If I can still buy them for cheap, I will. I sold it for $17.99, so that's nothing to complain about. But still, I sit on these. They used to sell quick. This used to be a $25 shirt. So you have to keep up with the times. If I start seeing shirts like this decline in price, I'm going to be very particular on how much I spend. So if that was a $5 shirt, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. Maybe that one, but a normal Harley, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. Again, not all Tommy Bahama is made the same. So people always say, do you pick up Tommy Bahama? It all depends. It depends on the size, the colors. Is it silk? Is it linen? These happen to be something that I normally would not pick up. 2 long sleeve printed shirts. Normally I wouldn't pick these up, but they're both this Siesta Key line, and they are like a polyester nylon or like a nylon spandex actually blend. So I lotted these up as well because, again, I can't do surf's up method on them. They were the same size, same type of print. Someone could get 2 shirts for 1 price and shipping. They sold for $37.99. So you would think those would be like $37.99 a piece, but they're not. The comps aren't great on Tommy Bahama unless they are, I'm gonna have to get some more of those. So I'll put those to the side. Sorry about that. This is real life. You know what? I'm gonna get those and I'm gonna come back. Hold on a second. I just had to go get more of these flat rate envelopes, just right out of my room right here. Again, if you are shipping from the postal service, like USPS, if you're using their stuff and you're shipping priority, why not get it for free? So I have all that stuff shipped to my house. Just create an account online. I have a video about it. Create an account online, super easy peasy. So there you go. Those sold for $38, $37.99 to be exact. And I have $10 into them. So not bad sale. But again, you'd have to know to lot those up. Selling them individually will take more time, and time is money in this business. I think anyone knows that. The more streamlined you get with everything, with sorting your inventory, with listing your items, with taking pictures, you got to have a system that you can cut down time on every single process. So those save me time by lotting them up. This is a good little video because you're going to see a lot of different items. So here's a cycling jersey. I like picking up cycling jerseys with certain prints on them. Like I picked up a Rolling Stones one. I sold it recently, I think for like 50 bucks. This one sold for $26.99. It is a Belgium brewery cycling jersey. So you already know there's a huge following in the cycling world, like the bike world. And they always sell great if they are the right print. Now you'll see a ton of local like charity event prints and stuff like that for bike rides. I don't pick up those. Even if they're new with tags, I find those new with tags, I don't pick up those. They'll have sponsors all over them and stuff like local sponsors. I don't pick those up, but I do pick up things like that are like name brand. People know them. Like that is a Belgian brewing Fat Tire. So everyone knows that brand of beer, most people do. And so someone wanted to wear that. They thought they'd be cool and all that stuff. So here's another brand to be on the lookout for. This is definitely a Bolo. Todd Snyder. This sold in less than a week for me. I've never actually picked up a Todd Snyder polo shirt. Been doing it a long time. Never picked up a Todd Snyder polo shirt. Sold for $34.99. Again, buyer pays shipping. I send them out my envelopes. Again, anything that you see that I use, other than the priority stuff, I have a link tree. So you can see all the stuff I use. You can see my eBay store. Totally transparent. So I love these envelopes. I get them off of eBay. I didn't make them. They're just really good. I've used these for a while. I've gone through different envelopes. Some of them are poly mailers. Some of them are good. Some of them suck. And these ones are good. These are good. Look at the teacher not talking about with these ones. You can't say that. You can't say these ones. All right. Here's another one you have to be very, very careful about. And I talk about how I retail arbitrage. So this was a retail arbitrage. If you don't know what that means, you're going out to the stores, the TJ Maxx's or Nordstrom's or wherever, and you're going to a retail store and you're buying something brand new with tags. So I'm buying this brand new with tags. Actually, it has 2 tags on it, and I'm spending quite a bit of money on this. So what I do is I find these and I spend money, and they usually sit a little longer, and so that money is sitting there a little longer than normal. So retail arbitrage can be a little bit dangerous. You can spend $100 super quick on just like 4 items, and that $100 could sit for a while. I had 3 of these. This is the 3rd one and final one to sell. It sold for $43.69. So this was an auto posture sale, which means they automatically took my offer. I didn't have to send it. It sent in my sleep last night, and they took the offer at 5%. So somebody looked at this item, they got that little offer and note from me that said, you can have an extra 5% off. And they said, okay. And they bought it for $43.69. I paid $20 a piece for those, but retail arbitrage, you have to be careful. If you see a really good brand like Tommy Bahama at a TJ Maxx, and wow, they have a ton of them, and then you go to another TJ Maxx and oh, they have a ton of them, guess what? All the TJ Maxx's are going to have a ton of those, and you're going to start seeing them flooded online. So it's usually those one-offs at those stores. There were only 3 of these, and I didn't find them at any other store. So I picked them up. This one is actually going, I can show you the address. It's actually going overseas. So I do the international shipping program on eBay. Don't have to do anything other than just print out the label. I ship it to the facility where they go through it or whatever. It's in Illinois, and they ship it overseas for me. So that's going in a Tyvek envelope, by the way. These were sweet. I was surprised that the comps weren't higher. This is actually another auto posture sale because it sold for $25.64. I don't price anything at 64 cents. So someone took that best offer. If you're interested in auto posture, again, I have a link on my description below. It's awesome. Delist and relist your items on eBay. Plus, it sends out automatic offers. It's been a lifesaver for me. $35. You can get $5 off your first month if you use Surf's Up Finds, but I don't care about that. It's awesome. You'd love it. Everyone loves it in the community. So these are Johnny O. So Johnny O Performance. They rolled out a cart and they had a ton of golf stuff on it. Really good stuff. I picked it up. These I thought would sell for more. $25.64. And again, this cool print is the type of stuff that's selling right now. You'll always sell the khaki. You'll always sell the black. But people right now, if you go to a pro shop, it's that vibrant, crazy print, like with martini glasses all over it and everything like that. That's the stuff that's selling. So you see me looking over here. I have my iPad. I always make sure that I'm shipping it to the right person. So my way is a little bit different than everyone else's. I don't get the item, print the label, pack it, do that. I go pick up all my stuff, set it here, organized. I print off all my labels in order, and that way I can just boom, 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 boom. That's what streamlined for me. That's one of those things that I figured out along the way. It works better for me. This next item is a Dunning, which I don't necessarily recommend picking up. This had a PGA golf course logo on it. So that's Crooked Stick. If you're curious, go to Google, type up PGA golf course logos. Look for any of those logos on shirts. If you find those logos, they'll help the shirt sell better if they're the right shirt. So Dunning's a decent brand, sold for $21.11. I actually did price it at that. So that was not an auto posture sale, but $21.11 for that. I think what sold that was that PGA golf course logo. So again, you see me, we're packing, we're spending about 20 minutes packing stuff up, if that. Got to go to the post office, then hit the thrift stores, then list. It's a lot of time, but guess what? If I want to go to the pool today, I can go to the pool today. If I want to go on a hike today, I can sit down and go on a hike today. If something bad happens, or have to take my kid to the dentist because he chipped a tooth, I can do that. I don't have to call off work, my own boss. So that's the benefits of this business. That's why I quit teaching. I was trapped into teaching, and I love the kids. Don't get me wrong. I still meet with the kids on a regular basis. I taught special needs PE. I love it. I love the kids. But at some point, they don't pay you enough, and you got to enjoy life and YOLO, right? So here you go. This is a zero restriction, which again, don't buy all of them. Make sure you look up comps. You're going to look for that logo right there. But this actually is a Wheels Up, which is a private jet service. So that Wheels Up logo actually helped it, because people want to walk around and be like, yeah, look at me. I got this zero restriction golf shirt on and Wheels Up. And they're going to be like, ooh, I bet that guy flies on private jets. Be like, yeah, I sure do. I have the shirt at least. So anyways, that was a repeat buyer. Thank you for buying it. I love seeing that I have repeat buyers. You'll see the little green on there. I don't want to show you the buyer and address and all that stuff, but it'll show you now on eBay if you have a repeat buyer, which is great. What I'll do with those, I will put a thank you note on those. So I have these off my eBay. When I get since I have a store on eBay, I get credit. So I'm going to put that little thank you note on there right next to the shipping label, and that's going to go on its way. So any repeat buyers, I just do something a little extra, or I might even send them like, thanks for purchasing my item again. I saw that you're a repeat buyer, and just a little bit of extra to get them to keep coming back. So Abercrombie & Fitch. This is like the second video in a row of me packing stuff that I've been selling at Abercrombie. But I've always picked up these cargo shorts. Why? Because these things are made so well. I don't care if they're Y2K or not. I don't think that makes a difference with these. I think it's because these cargo shorts are so well made. They're heavy. They're just really good quality. So sold those for $25.64. Hashtag auto posture sale. So with these, you want to really, the heavier ones have these drawstrings in the front, and they have the hit on the back, and then that big writing. If you see the small writing, they don't go for as much, maybe $20. But these went for $25.64. Not a bad sale. Paid $3.99 for them. Again, all these things this time of year, it's going to be a tough time of year for people. Especially they might feel defeated because they call it summer slowdown. You know I'm a seasonal seller, so I have a whole storage unit with probably 1,000 items full of winter things, and then I'm selling all summer stuff right now and listing. So that's how I fight summer slowdown. It took me 3 or 4 years to get to be a seasonal seller where I could hold that inventory and not be like in trouble financially. So that's why this stuff is selling. You see almost everything I sold was summer related. So that's what's helping me. This time of year can be frustrating. You can have a lot of things listed and not a lot of things selling. I get it. It's part of the business, especially if you're new. So again, I'm going to make sure it's going to the right person. And then it is. So now I'm going to hit up the postal service. I'm going to go there, drop all that stuff. It's early in the morning. I like to drop it off before they, right when they open, get those scanned in, get it out to the buyers. I like to have quick turnaround for them. And I'm going to go hit the thrift store. So thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Surf's up, everybody.